Hi, and welcome to my channel where I make dishes inspired by some of my favorite video game characters. Today's dish is inspired by Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series. Sora is such a special character to a lot of us because of how positive, fun, determined, and energetic he can be. We've known Sora for years, and we've literally seen him grow up through the course of the series. He has been through so many ups and downs through his Kingdom Hearts journey, but it all started on his home islands, Destiny Islands, which is known to a special fruit. The Paopu fruit has become a pretty popular symbol of Kingdom Hearts. As the game states, if two people share one, their destinies become intertwined, and they'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what. Personally, I always envision the Paopu to taste a lot like a juicy tropical pineapple, and because Sora is an island boy at heart, I also think of another tropical-based food that goes really well with pineapple: fried rice. So I decided on a Paopu fried rice, and I added chicken for some protein. For the Paopu shape and a more adventurous feel, I decided to use starfruit. However, for a more traditional tasting fried rice, you can easily substitute the starfruit for pineapple, especially if your local grocery outlets don't have starfruit. Luckily, we were able to buy some from a local Asian supermarket. And this recipe has a pretty large serving size of about 8 because I imagine Sora would love to share with all of his friends, and frankly, I like leftovers. But feel free to have the ingredients if you'd like. Alright, into the kitchen. For Paopu fried rice, you'll need chicken breasts or tenders, chopped starfruit or pineapple, cooked white rice at cold or room temperature, yellow onion, garlic, carrots, peas, white and green ends of scallions, fresh ginger, sesame oil, vegetable oil or peanut oil, soy sauce, and optional MSG and red pepper flakes. I am going to start by preparing all of my ingredients first, as once we start the stir fry at the stovetop, I want everything to be ready to just dump into the wok and go. Several of the ingredients will be tossed into the stir fry at the same time, so to save on some dishes, I will be dropping those ingredients into the same bowl. First, I'll dice one medium yellow onion and place it into a bowl. To that bowl, we're also going to add minced garlic. This recipe calls for 5 cloves of garlic, but in this household, like many others, we worship garlic, so I added a couple more. Next, we'll wash and cut our scallions into both the green and white ends. Our sliced green ends will be split in half, 1/2 for garnish and 1/2 for the stir fry. I am placing 1/2 into a larger bowl and the half for garnish into a small bowl. Our sliced white scallions will go into the same bowl as the onions and garlic. Next is our fresh ginger, which we will peel and then mince until we have 2 teaspoons worth. The ginger will also be added to our bowl of onions, garlic, and white scallions. After that, we'll wash, peel, and dice our carrot. Try to chop in little pieces that are as equal in size as possible. We'll cut about 1/2 cup's worth of carrot and then add to a separate small cup or bowl. When it comes to peas, feel free to use either fresh, canned, or frozen. My grocery store was all out of frozen and fresh, so I had to go with canned. If using canned, drain out all of the excess liquid, or if using frozen, make sure that the peas are thawed when you are using them. Pour the peas into the same larger bowl filled with 1/2 of the green onions. And we're almost done with the prep, I promise. Now we prepare the fruit for the stir fry. Again, you can use starfruit or pineapple. If you haven't had starfruit before, it tastes kind of like an apple. We prepare the starfruit by washing them and cutting off the brown tips of the stars, as well as the ends of the starfruit. After that, feel free to save a couple good stars for the garnish later, and then chop up the rest until you get 1 cup. The process will be the same if you are using pineapple, but if using canned pineapple, make sure to drain the pineapple as well. The last thing we have to cut is the chicken. Take 2 chicken breasts, or about 5 to 6 chicken tenderloins, and cut into small, bite-sized cubes. Once all the chicken is cut, place it into a larger bowl and add about 1 teaspoon of sesame oil and season with salt and pepper. Then mix until all of the chicken is combined. If the chicken appears somewhat dry, feel free to add a little more sesame oil. Let the chicken sit for at least 5 minutes before cooking. From here, we'll finally make our way to the stovetop where the magic will happen. If you are using a large sauté pan, heat about 1 tablespoon of vegetable or peanut oil until it is warm. If using a wok, prepare your wok by coating your cooking surface with a thin layer of oil until the oil lightly smokes. Once it lightly smokes, discard the oil and repeat the process until you once again have warm oil. When the oil on your pan is warm, add in your chicken and cook until all of the chicken is cooked mostly throughout. It doesn't need to be fully cooked yet, but should be pretty close by the time you start adding your other ingredients. Depending on your stovetop pan and size of your chicken, the time for cooking can depend, but will likely be a few minutes. And if you don't want protein in your fried rice, feel free to skip this process and then jump in right here. Now that the chicken is mostly cooked, we will add in our onion bowl and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onions are more soft and the pan is fragrant. At this point, we can add in the carrots and cook for an additional minute. For transparency, I'm very weak and not good at flipping the food in a wok, so here is my husband absolutely schooling me and showing you how it should be done. At this point, we will gradually stir in the bowl filled with our peas, fruit, and green scallion ends, as well as add our cooked rice 1 cup at a time. Each time we add, we will let everything sear in our wok or pan for about a minute before adding more. You'll repeat this process about 4 times in total. Once all of the ingredients have been added and seared to your desired amount, add in about 3 tablespoons of soy, and then optional 1 1/4 teaspoon of MSG and an optional 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm mixed on whether Sora would like spice or not. Part of me thinks he would love it, part of me thinks he would hate it. I like it, so I'm adding 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You'll stir everything to combine, and at this point, feel free to taste and add more soy, salt, pepper, MSG, or red pepper flakes to your own preferences. And now the rice is ready to serve. Turn off the heat and serve the rice onto a large bowl or plate, and garnish with your remaining green scallions and starfruit. Sora! Time for dinner! Time for a bite of Paopu fried rice. This rice has a great mix of salty and sweet, and makes you feel nice and warm in your stomach. This warmth might be how it feels to have Sora call you his friend. There's a lot of fresh vegetables and fruit inside this dish, which don't make you feel too heavy to eat. And there's plenty to go around, so I don't feel as bad grabbing a second bowl. After their long journey traveling the many worlds in their gummy ship, what could be better than coming home to the beach to share some Paopu fried rice with your friends? The recipe is in the video description if you'd like a more quick and concise version to give it a try. And like if you want a bite, subscribe for more geeky treats, and comment what food Sora reminds you of. Thanks for following along.